Give me some peace of mind again, 'cause I've been walking up and floating off the edge. It's starting, I think I need the rain, so I can feel something, I only feel the pain. So let me hold you till the end, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. All the words that you said.
Let's go, boys. This might literally be the best copyright-free song I've ever heard in my fucking life, so enjoy that day. Alright. Sorry, I'm mid-tweeting out that I'm live, so I figured I didn't want to leave you guys sitting here on the stream is starting screen, so let me hurry and finish doing my hashtags, bro. 1 second, boys. While I'm sitting here doing this, though, we are going to be talking about, if I can spell Dabanza right, there we go. Sorry, I'm the worst multitasker ever. We are going to be talking about the starters tonight, who I think will end up being the starters for the team. At least at some point in the season, if not like to close the season. I don't think what I'm gonna talk about is gonna be the starters at the start of the season, but doesn't matter. We'll get to it. Alright, I think that's enough. Alright, dude, if you guys got my notifications on Twitter, you just got notified, but I doubt it. Fucking doubt it. So, yeah. We're gonna start off with Lowry, just because he's the most obvious starter, I would like to think. Him or Jaren, they're both the most obvious starters. So, and we ended up, at least it looked like we had not seen the Lowry Markkanen highlights from this year. We had not watched that. Or at least I hadn't, I guess. When it popped up, it showed that I had not seen it. So, we're going to try watching that. And then, yeah. We'll get into the other players, the other starters. But first off, it will be Lowry in the starting lineup the whole season, unless he gets hurt. So, we'll just watch a little Lowry highlight for good. What is it, 5 minutes, 6 minutes? And then talk about other people. So let's go.
Lowry draws so much attention for us on the offensive side of the ball. He's done such a good job of adding layers to his game. Puts pressure on the rim. He gets to the free throw line. And I want him to approach every night assuming that he's Lowry Markkanen and he's one of the elite shooters in our game.
After that second attempt.
That shot bounces off, still loose. Fee's got it inside. Follow.
Oh,
my Markkanen.
My
Put a mark on that one.
goodness.
Markkanen turns, fires, catch, and put it down for three.
It's just so beautiful. There's no one.
I mean, positionally, is he the best? That's gonna be crazy. Percentage-wise, probably not. But like, if you factor in like guardability and height and everything, is he the best? Is he the toughest three-point guard for a small forward? You know what I mean? Best three-point shooter. Let's see. For a small forward, who's the best three-point shooter small forwards right now? It's gonna give me percentages. Kevin Durant, Paul George. Okay, obviously KD, yeah, but KD also plays the 2, so like it's. But I guess Markkanen also plays the 4. So if we're gonna use that argument, you know, I should be smart here. Yeah, when it comes to small forwards in the league right now, yeah. See his career three-point percentage. I want like current. Give me the current boys. Who's shooting good right now? Still KD? Okay. Man, he's still fucking 41%. That's crazy. Okay, MPJ, that would make sense, and Kawhi. Yeah, that's just percentage-wise. So, I don't understand that argument fully. In fact, what is Markkanen? Lowry Markkanen, 3-point percentage. That's it? 35.5? Career's 37 though. Okay. That's really not ideal, dude. I thought he was way better than that. It's just because he's high volume. He shoots like, what, 9 a game probably? I'm marking 3 pointers per game? Probably like, what, 9 to 11 probably? What? No, made. That's made. No, how many fucking does he shoot? So if he's making 3 on average, so yeah, I guess 9 is probably right. But how many does he fucking shoot a game? How many made, dude? How many attempted? That's so fucking frustrating. 3-point attempted. 7.7. Okay. Alright. I mean, that's lower than I would have expected, to be honest. But now that I think about it, what do we got for Steph Curry? If we're talking about 3-point volume, like, how dumb am I? Do I even know what the fuck I'm talking about? Let's see. What's your 3-point attempts, brother? 11.1. Oh, okay. 11.3. So, I'm not crazy to have guessed 9 for Markkanen, but like I would have. 7 is low. 7 surprising me, but whatever. Anyways, he's probably the toughest small forward guard 3-point, like at the 3-point line, at the perimeter. I would think in the NBA. I can't think of another small, like MPJ's big. But he's more tall. He's not really big. LeBron obviously, but at what point? At what point are we gonna be like LeBron's playing point guard? You know, like I don't. That also factors like what team he goes to. But relative, I think like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum when they play small forward, like they're a tough guard, but not like 3-point wise. I wouldn't think so. I mean, JB is kind of, but yeah. That was a long ramble for being 30 seconds into the clip, but yeah, Markkanen is an elite guard, elite shooter. So.
Nelson is the Nurkic pushed too far into the basket that time.
How about that pass? From half court, Keontae to Markkanen. Markkanen. Out on the wing. 3. Beautiful shot.
Stop that.
And it's Collier in the front court.
I think McConnell's getting a little winded as well.
Markkanen throws up a triple and hits. Bowski and Bailey back off the bench. Here's Markkanen. Deep 3. Up and out. Way to Keontae. How about that spin? Out of trouble. The feed. Markkanen. The drop pass. Count it. For Bowski.
How pretty was that?
Throws it back over to Markkanen. Wide open space.
He really is just a tough cover all the way around. You know what I mean?
There's down 2. I'll tell you, bus 17, first bucket for Markkanen here in the second quarter. He's got the ball again, drives baseline. Strong move, and puts it down with the right hand. Jazz making a run back here in the second quarter. How about 7 straight? Taff, the Jazz 65-62 over the 15-win Thunder. Beautiful pass, Key finds. I mean, that was a half-court pass into Markkanen. Bulls yesterday. Markkanen with the defensive rebound. He'll bring it into front court. Swings by Şengün. Coast to coast. Caught the rim and in.
Wow.
Lowry with a strong move. No foul.
A lot of contact down there, Bowler, for no
That was
whistle.
nice, dude.
Jazz up by 1 for a moment. See how this one turns out as Keontae slips a pass out to his feet. They'll go baseline out. George, ace. Nice ball movement. Wide open.
Corner 3. Like that's the thing, guys. Like he's gonna be sitting in the corner, not like sitting in the corner, but positionally gonna be in the corner. So Key and Darren, we're gonna hope it's Darren. Again, it could be AJ, it could be Cam. We're gonna hope it's Darren. Keontae and Darren just having Lowry, and then we're gonna talk about Jaren in a minute. Lowry and Jaren in the corner, like just fuck off, bro. Gonna be nice.
With a deep triple, 19 for Markkanen.
How beautiful was that unselfish play? Talking about the ball having energy.
Tries to push him away, stays right on his belt. Slides it up and out. Rebound. Clayton. Markkanen runs with him. Lowry, catch and shoot. Triple. Big answer.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr., he played last night, and that's a wicked shot there. Markkanen, a couple of quick buckets. There's Markkanen on a drive inside.
Ouch, you betcha.
Ooh.
The Punisher. Oh, the finisher. Markkanen, 3-on-3. Lowry trying to go right down the hill. Does. Glass. And banks home 2.
It's a great series by the Jazz. Really good D pass to Lowry that time. Was right on the money and right on time.
How about that, 2? Got the rim and in. I don't know how he found him. Clock rolling up on the final 3 minutes of the first half. Markin, you talk about a battle.
Pretty good, dude. Pretty good. We're not going to watch all of it. Only 3 minutes or so. But yeah, absolutely dominant. And then obviously the Jaren Jackson Jr., he's the next most likely starter, of course.
Jaren is.
We've seen the highlights. Like, it's just going to be really dynamic. I know we haven't really seen him with Markkanen, but I think him with Markkanen is going to be unfucking believable. So, I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see what happens. But
in the Jazz uniform.
Also, I said this is fucking, I don't know when it was, a couple weeks ago. Jaren in the purple looks so fucking good. I don't know if it's like the whole like Black Panther image in my head, where it's like, because like Black Panther's like got the like black suit with like the purple like aura to him. I don't know, but it just makes sense in my head. Does it not? You know what I mean? Him in purple just makes sense.
Pick taken in 21. There's a lob down to the paint. Jackson Jr. rattles in his second bucket run. Orlando. Sawyer back out. Jackson Jr. fires up the shot, hits it. What do you know? Here it is 7 years later. Jaren inside, spins. Off the glass, beautiful touch. 11. 5 steals so far in this first half.
Yeah, the defense has really been on point. Again, Conchar coming in and having an impact in that area. And then
Reminder, this is all in his first game, dude. So, kind of sick.
Slip it down inside. Jaren Jackson Jr. window counted to the floor. No call. Jackson Jr. wants that ball. Got a mismatch. Little push it up, score it. 10-footer down on the baseline.
that's a nice 7-foot 2-man game right there. Lowry sees the mismatch.
Right out of the belt of Bankero. There's Jaren Jackson Jr. Drops it downtown triple.
Yeah, dude.
Jamal Mosley up on the boards.
Gonna be nice sitting in the corner or the wing or whatever, opposite of Lowry. Or just helping Walker in the paint. Either way, gonna be nice. Obviously, the next most likely starter, I would assume, is Keontae, right? Now that's barring a Darren Peterson draft situation and coach preferring Ace Bailey at the 2 and then moving Darren to the 1 and then having Keontae come off the bench. I saw that argument, but like, not really. Career high 39. I thought he had a 40-point game, didn't he? Didn't he have a 40-point at the end of the season? Yeah, 43. We already watched that. But yeah, we watched a little Keontae. We already saw this.
Keontae has changed all of our expectations.
Blah blah blah.
Here's Collier. Markkanen hands it off. Keontae 3.
It's another reason like that. Again, I think Keontae will be fine as the shooting guard. I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. Like, imagine in this situation here, right here, it's Darren Peterson with the ball at the top. You know what I mean? Like, that's... I love Collier. But Peterson's what? 4 inches taller? 3 inches tall? Like, way more dynamic, completely. So, like, replace Collier with DP in this situation, you'd be like, alright, I think Keontae would be fine playing off guard. So, like, Keontae, run up, catch, shoot. See what I mean? Like, it's just, to what point are people going to stop being like, Keontae plays point guard and Darren plays point guard, so we can't draft Darren? Fuck off, bro. Fucking use your brain. Keontae's played shooting guard his whole life. He can play off ball just fine.
Timeout, Chicago. 0.8 of a second. Markkanen, you thought, would be the marked man. But Keontae, what a comeback from a second half of struggle.
There you go. That's Keontae. So we've done Lowry, we've done Jaren, we've done Keontae. Now, the next most likely starter is going to be Walker Kessler. But that is, again, I would think there's an argument to be made that he is maybe the most guaranteed starter. Just because we don't have any other good centers. But we also don't have Walker Kessler. He's not under contract. So that's why I'm putting him fourth, because there's no guarantee he's even on the fucking team next year, let alone starting. So that's why he's at 4. But if he was signed to the contract, I may put him 1 over everybody else, just because we need Walker on our fucking team. So, but yeah. Look at this dude. His 2025-2026 highlights, dude. A full 2 minutes long, dude. Gotta love it.
The credit. Like, he's done a lot of work. Right now, he feels very good about the work that he's done and the results that he saw throughout the summer.
Walk is trusting me, and I'm trusting Walk. So over time, it's just getting better and better every day.
Inside pass, ace. He had a shot, and they go inside. Big to big, Teeth.
Only shot 1 time in Sacramento, Bowler, so.
Here's Walk, picks it up, 3 ball.
Shooting threes. I hope he's been practicing that.
Keontae drives and kicks.
Another one?
Walk.
Why not?
He had a couple threes.
Hey.
I don't think he's missed, has he?
No. Keontae has had a terrific start, throwing out dimes. 10 on Monday night. Inside, Walker and 1. Mikhailuk, nice feed. Inside, Walker, 1 bounce, turns and 2-hands it.
Nasty.
Wow, great quick reaction.
Walker on a high flyer for 2. He'll be at the line.
And that's where he's improved.
Again, I'd like to remind you guys, not remind you, but like let you think. Our best team, like, of all time in franchise history was what? The 98 team, right? Went to the finals against Michael Jordan. That was probably the best team. Like, maybe you want to argue the Donovan Mitchell, Rudy year, were they the best record in the league? Like, that was our best team ever that we just fell short. And I was like, maybe. But on that 98 team, our best team ever, our center was Greg fucking Ostertag. You know what I mean? Like, Walker trumps Ostertag by a shit ton. Like, I don't know. In fact, how much did Greg Ostertag weigh? How much you weigh, buddy? 7'2", obviously. We know your height, brother. How much? Like, oh, he came back to the Jazz? That was cool. I didn't know he came back to the Jazz. I should have known that. Minutes 98. Yeah, bro, fucking he played 28 minutes a game that year. And his next closest, let's see, what was it? 28? Yeah, next closest is almost 28 in 03-04, but the next closest to that is 23.5. So realistically, he's like was never even a starting center even at his best. And he was their starting center. So it's like it's a tough situation to be like, yeah, like our best team of all time was John Stockton, Karl Malone, Hall of Famers, first ballot, super amazing, arguably the best at their position, or top 3 at their position all time. Jeff Hornacek, good player. And then it's Greg fucking Ostertag. Like, it's our team might be so good this year, realistically. Shout out to Greg, though. Good guy, dude. Just got elected mayor of whatever town, I forget, somewhere in Texas. But shout out, dude. Shout out Greg Ostertag. But yeah, Kessler is a hell of an upgrade to him, and Kessler is going to be our 5th best player in our starting lineup. So, like, that's insane to think about. Out of our 5 starters, our 5th best, our worst starter, is Walker Kessler, who's a top 5 rim protector in the league, top 10, top 12 center in the league. Like, that's a crazy thought, dude. We're gonna be pretty good. We're gonna be pretty good.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, picture perfect. And Keontae dishes out the 10th assist and his 7th career double-double, and a beauty to Walker. Shot clock at 4.
Another
Walker,
3.
3, up and in. And he looks at the shot clock, has time, backs in on Royce. Goes up and under. Tapped up, once, twice! Walker! Able to dig it out in the corner. He'll drive, kick. Walker 3. Bang! Wow.
Very nice.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, Bowler. The confidence.
Dribble drive, sharp, blocked. Walker picked up by Markkanen.
Unreal, dude. Unreal. So yeah, he's 4th most likely, but you know what I mean. He's not. Could be better. And then, who's it gonna be next? Who's the next most likely starter? Well, I hate to say it. I hate to say it to you boys. It's Darren motherfucking Peterson, dude. Darren Peterson. Not to start the season, but in December, around December, Darren Peterson will be in the starting lineup. So that will be the starting lineup. Darren Peterson, Keontae George in some order. Point guard, shooting guard, does not matter. Lauri Markkanen, Jaren Jackson Jr., Walker Kessler. That will be our starting 5 by midseason. Ace Bailey will be 6th man, and he will be a dominant 6th man, and he'll develop and he'll flourish in the next year or two, and then we'll bring him to be the starter once Lauri's gone. But until then, it's Darren Peterson, baby.
Peterson will bring it after the missed 3.
It is Darren Peterson.
All the way to the rack and got it. His first basket. Yep, he's looking to attack, and that's good. Put pressure on the defense. And now he comes up with a one-hand steal. Got a man to his left, and it's back for the step.
But no, he's not a good facilitator at all. He won't be able to do anything with our offense. What do you mean? Catch the ball, run the floor, throw the lob. But no, dude. What would make you think that him and Lauri Markkanen and Keontae George and Ace Bailey wouldn't thrive together? That's an insane thought, right? That's crazy to think about. Idiots.
Nice feed by Peterson. Trey White caps it off. And it's timeout time. Peterson, they switch off on him, and a runner scoring. Badunga
3?
pass got
Yep.
picked off. Peterson triple. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just feet set. 3.
And that's the other kind of argument to be made is like, oh no, Darren Peterson can't play point guard. He has to play shooting guard. Sick. Sick. You think that's the case? You're like, oh,
Peterson triple.
fucking plays it just fine, dog.
Badunga pass got picked off. Peterson triple. Yes.
Just fine. So, I mean, I don't.
3.
I think that argument's really fucking dumb.
Again, rebound comes off to Kansas and Peterson. Goes 1-on-2, and you get scored for Darren Peterson.
Low gather, dude. That's what he does.
Darren Peterson's just so under control.
Like the scoop gather or whatever the fuck it's called.
The defense never too sped up. That's a big thing, especially for freshmen. I think Bill Self's done a pretty good job piecing things together to have them at a 4 seed. If they can peak at the right time, watch out.
Darren lost the handle, but they're going to call a foul. Peterson, little back pedal. I think it was White.
Like, if Darren's already this good, what's he going to be once he understands how to fall to the ground 20% of the time like Shea does? Like, is he going to score 38 a game? Like, what's his ceiling?
Now Badunga on the dribble. The lob, Badunga.
Once again, watch this and imagine Lauri Markkanen on the other end.
From Peterson. Peterson, one-hander, got it and one.
In the attack mode by Peterson and Melvin Council Jr. They are just turning the corner and beating their defender off the dribble whenever they want. And that, in modern day basketball, is not a good recipe for getting.
C.J. Jones, a little token pressure in the backcourt. See the foul trouble for the Wildcats.
Peterson.
Good floater. Really pretty floater, actually. But yeah, that's enough DP, dude. So that's all the 5 people that I think are going to start, and then obviously Ace Bailey off the bench is what it'll end up being. But I think to start the season, it'll be Ace starting and DP off the bench, and then eventually they're going to swap at some point. But yeah. Yeah. I do want to listen to, actually, now that we've covered that, obviously, before we do that, bench players, we should get into it, is going to be Ace Bailey. Let me do this. It's going to be Ace Bailey. It will be Bryce Sensabaugh, probably. No. It'll be Collier at the 1. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I'm going to say Collier at the 1. Bryce at the 2. Ace at the 3. Filipowski at the 4. And then Nurkic or whatever backup center that we end up getting. If it's not Nurkic, will be the 5. Could be Kevin Love. I don't know. That's our backup unit. So it'll give Ace the ability to kind of like really learn the shooting or the small forward position, which I think he might be meant to play at the end of the day. And just like let him kind of figure out like the body work, the like having to get into the paint, push people around, learn all that while it's against the second units of other teams, and it's not fucking LeBron James that he's got to figure it out against. You know what I mean? So I think it'll work out really well for Ace and let him kind of be the focal point of the offense. Even though I'm sure Sensabaugh will be a bit of a ball hog and steal that shit, but it's okay. I think Ace will thrive in that unit for a good year, maybe a year and a half, and then we'll, you know, maybe move off Markkanen, or I don't know. It's such a log jam on our team. It's crazy to think about. But yeah, Ace Bailey might be our 6th man of the year for the next 5 years. I don't know. It's crazy to think about. I don't know. Yeah, it really is goodbye to Markkanen. Like, it's really what this means. Unless he's willing to be a backup in 3 years. Like, I don't imagine him doing that at 30 years old, but I don't know. So yeah, that's all we got there. But I do want to watch Austin, the GM, or whatever his title is. Austin H was on with Ben Anderson, and I think it was who was it? It was David James, I think, was on. I was DJ. But yeah, they were talking to Austin H today, so I figured we'd give that a listen. I don't know if we'll listen to all 17 minutes of it. We'll probably just listen to a good first minute or 2 of it, maybe 3 or 4, and then yeah, then we'll hop over to Twitter and do some stuff. I'm trying to keep it short tonight again, so sub 45 minutes would be ideal. So, but yeah, so we'll just watch and listen. We'll watch and listen. We will watch and listen to a few minutes of this just to see what Austin Ainge had to say, and then we'll jump over to Twitter, see what's up over there. So, yeah. Cedar City, stupid ad.
Austin, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be with you guys.
So, Austin, when you watch the finals and you see, you know, the best player in the NBA or the best players in the NBA, and you're going into a draft, do you say, well, we got a draft to combat what these finals teams are doing or the best player in the NBA is doing, or do you ignore that?
I mean, mostly ignore, but you got to be cognizant of the competition. But we view the second pick as a 9 or 10 year investment, or a 9 or 10 year player.
I like that. 9 or 10 is better than 6 or 7, but I'd rather you say 15. 15 to life. Make it a fucking prison sentence. Yeah, we're drafting this guy for hopefully 15 to life, you know? Okay, ideally.
So it's about becoming the best team we can be over, in that period. So it's, that the best teams and the best players will shift dramatically in that time.
In the short run, given the fact you'll probably, you've got backup center and probably veteran presence on the perimeter, a little ball handling, how much are those decisions, which don't figure to be 10-year decisions, they figure to be 1, 2, or 3-year decisions, how much are those influenced by what you saw in the Western Conference playoffs and, 2 or 3 teams that, you probably have to beat to get very far in the postseason?
Yeah, they factor. We're definitely keeping an eye on the competition. Sometimes you can drive yourself crazy trying to figure out how to beat those teams. You can go, do you match what they have as best you can, or do you try to be different and cause them problems? But mostly the way I think about it is you have to be able to play multiple ways. And that means got to be able to go small, got to be able to go big, got to go inside, got to go outside. And it's a real challenge to create teams with that kind of depth and talent, and that's why championships are really hard, and that's why it's so rewarding if you ever get there.
Austin, you're almost at the exact midway point from lottery night to the draft now. It's about 3.5 weeks. Do you feel better today than you did moments after you won the draft lottery? Do you feel like you know a lot more? Does it feel a little murkier? How do you look at it?
Feel like I know a lot more. I mean, we've been working really hard. Obviously, we spend a lot of time scouting these guys all year, but we can, we only have the second pick this year. We don't have any other picks, so we can go pretty crazy depths on these guys, and that is statistics and video and medical and all of these things. We'll do the best we can, but we're going to try to treat this as one of the most important decisions of our franchise, and do everything we can to get it right.
As he should, dude. Ideally, you should be getting this fucking right, Austin, alright? No offense. But if we're not getting this right, somebody's got to get fired, okay? No offense. It's got to happen.
Do you have a good feel for what the team in front of you is going to do and whether they might really be willing to move or whether they just have those conversations because you're supposed to have those conversations? You're not doing your job if you don't have those conversations. Do you have any good feel for that, or is it like everybody else? Yeah, okay.
No, they won't. They wouldn't say, and we wouldn't tell them, and we wouldn't tell the team behind us. And it's just you don't. You never really know. I mean, there's been a couple times in the years where we kind of knew what a team was going to do, but most of the time you don't, and you just prepare. It's a lot easier to guess who could be available at 2 than it did at 10, but so we don't have to prepare that much or worry that much about what everyone else is doing when it's just 2 names.
So, Austin, in the last few years, the NBA did make a change to make sure teams selecting in specific spots get all the medicals on specific players, and then further down the draft, etc. I'm not necessarily asking for the results of those unless you want to share them, but have you guys gotten all the medical reports from the lottery? Has all of that been released now?
90-something% of it. There's sometimes some tests that are sent out to other labs and things that are coming in, but yes, we have most everything.
And then what's the step from there? You give it to your doctors, or the NBA's doctors tell you what to think? How does that work?
No, it's we just get access to the records and the results. They'll do MRIs, they'll do blood tests, they'll do X-rays, they'll do histories, they'll do hands-on evaluations, right? That guys can do. So then our doctors, our team of doctors, will review it and then seek specialist advice when needed. Right. So if there's something outside their area of expertise or they want a little more help on, they can go find whatever worldwide expert that we want to help us make a decision.
And that feels like it's you can be thorough enough to be comfortable on draft night, taking somebody or red flagging somebody. You do get enough info.
Yeah, you get a lot. I mean, I don't know how often you guys have dealt with medical issues, maybe with your family or whatever. There's a lot of things that you can't explain. There's a lot of things that people don't know. I'll give you some examples. There's all sorts of injuries. When you X-ray 100 players or MRI 100 knees of players in the draft, you'll get some crazy things. There's been players that don't have ACLs. They're not even there, and they run and jump
Okay, I gotta fact check that, dude. NBA player without ACL? He spent 7 seasons in the league. Despite having no anterior cruciate ligaments due to failed repairs during high school surgeries. Interesting. 7 seasons without an ACL, bro? How the f do you... What? How do you jump? What? Huh? What? What's his name? Dewamba? What? What? ACL? What? How does he fucking jump then? I'm so confused. Huh?
Ends when the shooter gets back to normal floor position as Blair throws.
How the f do you even jump, dude? What? What next? You gonna play baseball without a hand? Like, I'm confused. What? Okay. Well, that's... You learn something new every day, boys. It's fucking weird. Alright.
At an NBA level, they're completely asymptomatic, and the doctors go, hey, we don't know what to do with this one, you know? And there's other time, I remember a guy had a broken kneecap that he had hurt, and there was a...
Don't even get me started about broken kneecaps. I broke my kneecap. Fucking sucks, dude.
Screw floating in the kneecap was in pieces, and he just played for 6 years with it, and it never bothered him. And there's other guys that look 100% healthy that end up with issues. And so basically we're guessing on the talent and the evaluation, making our best estimate, and the doctors are doing the same, and then we all get together and talk it through.
I don't know if you can answer this, Austin, but I am so curious. I read headlines in the morning, and the number of times that I have to talk about athletes in multiple sports who have an Achilles injury used to be really rare, and it was career-ending. Now they seem very common, and people seem to be coming back from them. And there's all kinds of speculation about why that might be. There's more running and cutting in the NBA than there used to be. We're seeing it in the NFL also. Some people think it's specialization for youth players. When you talk with your medical people and that, do you have any idea what is causing that, how to avoid it? It seems like a plague.
It's such a great question, and we actually are talking about this on the NBA level, not just the Achilles, but just injuries in general, and the toll of our game, and the state of sports science. And if I'm being honest, I don't think we have definitive answers. We have theories like the ones you have, specialization or too many games in youth sports and the difficulty of our game. We're definitely covering more ground out there on the court, and it is an intense game more than it was. No matter what your older listeners say, it is a more intense.
Damn straight, Austin. Preach. He basically just said LeBron's better than Jordan, for those that didn't listen properly. That's what he just said.
Difficult game. I seriously, I challenge anyone to watch the Western Conference Finals and pull up some game from the 90s and say that the 90s were a harder game, because I don't see that. So anyway, look, we're looking at it, not just the Jazz, but our entire industry. Like, we're trying to figure out how to keep these guys healthier longer, because it's more fun for the fans, and it's better for the players, and it's better for the teams. And so it's just everyone's on the same page trying to figure it out.
All right. I think that's enough of that interview. Listen to 9 minutes of it, so you guys can listen to the rest. It's on KSL Sports. Good shit, dude. But yeah, guess we can hop on over to Twitter real quick, see what's up. But we're at 40 minutes, so kind of ideal, dude. So Kevin's talking crap on Adam Silver, as always. Okay. Oh, what did I mean? Oh, what did it do? Went away. Refreshed. That's a shame. Okay. James Hansen, Hoops Nerd, posting something on, what is it? SLC Dunk, I think is his thing. I don't know. Yeah, SLC Dunk. One thing that's really clear in discussions about the Jazz immediate and medium-term future is that most people still have no idea how good Lowry is. Art Cummings says, I can't wait for when we're good next season and everyone finally comes to the realization that Lowry really is that dude. Yup. He's going to be really good next year. We're Ace Bailey number of days away until we add AJD Peter Booze. Oh. Can you believe that we're getting one of the three of them, dude? Oh my god. I wake up every day and I'm just like, I love it, dude. It's so good. Let's see. Austin Ainge on going to dinners with draft prospects. We don't want it to feel like they are at the end of a long conference table full of old people staring at them. We keep it small on purpose. Good. That's good. Bleacher Report's trade idea. Here we go. What do we got, dude? Oh, fuck. 4-teamer. Okay. Bleacher Report. Okay. Thunder receive Evan Mobley. Number 29 pick this year. Then they used their $28.5 million trade exception and $11.3 million trade exception. And then Cavs get Giannis. And then number 43 overall pick this year from the Nets. Milwaukee receives Jalen Williams, Isaiah Joe, Day'Ron Sharpe, and number 17 from the Thunder. And then the Nets receive Isaiah Hartenstein, Aaron Wiggins, Sam Merrill. Who says no? The Nets, probably? I don't know. Let's see. Look, what do the Nets give up here? Day'Ron Sharpe and number 43 overall for Hartenstein, Wiggins, and Merrill. Does that even financially work? This shouldn't work unless Day'Ron Sharpe's making fucking $45 million, which is not the case. So yeah, I don't even think they could. They would have to waive people. It wouldn't work. That's not a feasible trade. Yeah, I mean, nobody's saying it, but I don't think that works. So. Stupid trade idea, Bleacher Report. Don't know what you're doing. But yeah. That's about it, dude. Nothing else to see. This is funny. Carolina, the Hurricane beat the Golden Knights tonight in overtime. It was sick. Who was it that scored? Jarvis. Jarvis scored the game winner. Anyways, this is funny. Winning games against the Golden Knights in the playoffs. Us, Anaheim, Carolina, and then it's the fucking Avalanche who got swept. Fucking swept. Oh, it's so funny. We at least beat them, what, twice? We beat them 2 times, right? Right? It was 4-2, I think it was, yeah. So, fucking funny. Get wrecked, Avalanche. Stupid Avalanche fans. Fucking idiots, bro. Haha. Can't wait to see you New Year's Eve. Let's see. Really nothing else. Really nothing else to look at. Yeah. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for the night. I think we covered what I wanted to cover. Shout out to everybody that watched. We had a peak viewership at 4 people at one point, but nobody really ever said anything, which is fine. It's late at night. I don't expect anybody to be watching. So, Alright, well, let's give our nightly shout-outs to the other Utah Jazz creators on YouTube. Yeah. Then we will call it quits. So, starting out, obviously Locked On Jazz. That's the obvious, and you guys know David Locke. He's the king of Utah Jazz media. Hoops Nerd, James Hansen, he's a really good guy. He hasn't uploaded anything recently, don't know what he's doing, but yeah. Hoops Nerd, he's a good follow. Salt City Hoops, they do a podcast like every week, every couple weeks. That's good stuff there. It's like an hour-long podcast. Utah Jazz DNA, Darren and AJ, they're good guys. Give them a follow. They uploaded a new thing today. Good dudes. Utah Jazz DNA. Jazz Smack, shout out to Jazz Smack. He's a good dude. He uploads, every month or so. T-Talk, shout out to the boys T-Talk. Looks like we got a video uploading, what was that, today? This morning, yeah. This morning at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. So tonight at 6 p.m. A new episode of Tea Talk from Talon and Ty. So good dudes. Give them a follow.
So it's nice to see like this balance of the league, like these unpopular teams getting these high overall picks to kind of make the league more balanced.
Anyways, they're good guys. Give them a follow. I think they're on Twitter as well. So if you're following me on Twitter, find them. I think Ty's on there at least, something like that. Jasmine, the boys, Spencer, Jacob, and Javin. Great dudes. They finally hit over 50, dude. Shout out to them. So they can live stream now, which is sick. Give them a follow at Jasmine Podcast. They're on YouTube, they're on Instagram, and they're on TikTok, from what I've seen. And they're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, everything. So at Jasmine Podcast. Give them a search. They upload once a week. So great content there. And they do shorts every day and stuff. So really good follow. When it comes to Jazz Media, they might be the most entertaining follow right now. So I would give them a follow. Then we got Sporty Spence, 17. The GOAT himself. Really good dude. Been watching him for years. So obviously give him a follow. Yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr. looking to
Really
get
good
rid
dude.
of John Morant or trade him. And I was like, out of all the people on the trade market.
He makes quality videos. So give Sporty Spence 17 a follow. Then you got Wraith Hoops. Your boy Wraith. He's a really good dude. Give him a follow. It's all jazz content pretty much. But yeah. Give him a follow. He does streams, does whatever. Normal videos, all about the jazz. Then you got Mr. Smiley Face. Shout out Mr. Smiley Face. He was in the chat earlier. Not earlier today, but the other day. Good dude.
You know, top four is not, no, 4 is not even that bad. Please give me 1. Give me 1. Oh! We're top 3!
Ow!
The Bulls are 4! We're top 3!
He's just got an entertaining personality, obviously.
We're top, oh my gosh! Oh! No, say you swear! Give me 1! Keontae! No!
Good shit, dude. So yeah, shout out to Mr. Smiley Face. Give him a follow. And then who are we missing? Coleman Sports. He does Jazzcast every day. In fact, he uploaded one earlier. I only watched a few minutes. But yeah, Jazzcast by Coleman Sports 23. Give him a follow. So yeah, that's pretty much all the jazz creators that I'm gonna shout out. Obviously, I could do more on Twitter if I wanted to, but it's a lot of people that I would have to go through. Ooh, also I should mention, shout out Fran Fraschilla. He replied to me the other day, or I replied to him, or whatever happened. Where are we? Yeah, so this video of Devonta saying that he would prefer, or that Gilbert Arenas, he prefers AJ in Utah, whatever. I don't know if you guys saw that clip. But Fran said, I love this kid, AJ Devonta. I found him guarded at first this year at BYU. I do not know him well, but the more you see him, the more you realize his personality can be the face of any franchise. And then I replied, and I said, I agree with you, Fran. His personality alone is a franchise changer and forces him as the face of any franchise. But I believe Darren can do similar things, not in the sense of personality, but in marketability and jersey sales and fan exposure, like Shea compared to Ant. And then he said, 2 great young guys. So, Fran Fraschilla, who, I don't know if you know who Fran Fraschilla is, he's a ESPN college analyst, I believe. In fact, let's fucking look. What is he? Yeah, ESPN basketball analyst and international hoops junkie. But yeah, so he covers college basketball and shit, so he knows what he's doing. So he agrees. 2 great young guys. So if we can get either one of them, it's an absolute win. But yeah, that's about it. I appreciate you guys for watching. This is my Twitter. Give me a follow. Link is in the description below. Yeah. Sub to the channel. In fact, let's do this. Sub to the channel. I go live every night, every day. Depends on the time. So, good jazz content every day. And if you miss a stream, you can obviously rewatch them later as video format kind of situation. So, just jazz content to watch every day. I upload shorts. TikTok also down below. You can just search my username on TikTok. Mainly just stream highlights at this point, but eventually we'll be getting into more like short based form content and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, sub, turn on the notification bell if you want to get notified when I do upload or when I do go live. YouTube's really weird about that, so I recommend following me on Twitter and then turning on the notification bell there, because you will get notified every time when I do go live, because I will upload there. But yeah, smash that like button. It really does help with the algorithm. The videos that I get, or the streams that I get more likes on, are clearly the ones that perform the better. Same with the ones that get the most comments. So smash that like button. Comment down below who you think the Jazz will draft and who you want the Jazz to draft. Could be the same answer, but whatever. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah. I will see you hopefully tomorrow at some point. So, yeah. See you later, boys.
So I can feel something, I only feel the pain. So let me hold you till the end, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words she said. And if I fall down, I get up again, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. 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 But only fall beneath the sun. 'Cause honey, you and I are always on the run. Gonna be loving you. Saying, why do we feed the fire when we can breathe the flame? So let me hold you till the end, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again, 'cause I've been holding